In this module, we're going to learn how to enter participants into QuickBase. So what you're going to want to do is make sure that you've gotten your account set up to use QuickBase. An email should have been sent to your work email address, and you need to follow the instructions in that email in order to set up your own username and password. If you forget your username and password, you'll need to follow the prompts on QuickBase in order to retrieve it. Opportunity and Recovery Corps aren't going to be able to help retrieve your login information, unfortunately, since you'll be the one to set that up yourselves. So once you've been able to access that, set up your account, you should log in and you'll see something that looks like this. This is the Opportunity and Recovery Corps QuickBase application. And right now we're going to talk about how to first enter participants into QuickBase. The first thing that you need to do in order to add any other data into the system is to first tie that data to a participant. So that's why we have to enter a participant in first. You'll need to first search to make sure that the unique participant ID number isn't already in the system from a previous Opportunity Corps user. For Recovery Corps, you won't have to worry about that this year since Recovery Corps is a brand new program. So you'll go ahead and search for that unique ID number. You can pretend to type something in here and click on Search. And it doesn't look like there's any other participants in the system with that number, which is a good sign. So that means that we can go ahead and click on this green box over here called New Participant. So you'll be brought to this page where it's kind of like an intake form where you're able to enter in a lot of information that you may already know about the participant. So go ahead and make sure that you select your own name from the drop-down here. You'll be able to see your name. And also ensure that your correct partner organization is selected. Sometimes it's really easy to go fast through the drop-down here. So just do a quick double check and make sure that it matches your name and your partner organization. And from there, you can go ahead and type in that participant's unique ID number. Now, the unique ID number is one that you kind of work with your site to set up. Opportunity Corps and Recovery Corps don't assign unique participant ID numbers. It's typically existing numbers that are already assigned to those participants accessing services at your site. So please double check with your site about the system they use to select their unique participant ID numbers and keep that consistent for the rest of the year. So you'll make sure to enter in that number here in the unique participant ID number field. And then we ask that you also put a first name and first initial and a last name or last initial, just kind of a secondary check. So that way, in case there's two people with the same name in the system, we know that they're unique based on their number. The status should always be active. Even if they only receive services one time throughout the entire service year, we always want to make sure that we have their status be active. And then here's where you can enter in their date of birth and other demographic information as indicated by the participant. There are checkboxes in case you are unable to obtain their date of birth, unable to obtain their dependent information, etc. But we'd really like to make sure that this is as filled out as completely as possible. Down here, you'll be able to enter in any challenges or barriers that they may have in meeting their goals, as well as any programs they may be accessing at the time. Additionally, up here in this participant history section, you'll notice that there are a variety of different checkboxes, but the most important one that you're not able to save the page without checking is received services in this program year, 2017-18. It's always important that that's checked so that when we kind of go back and make sure that we're pulling accurate reports on our end, we're able to see indeed that we're capturing all the people who have been served in that current program year. So always make sure that the most current program year is checked. So again, you can go through, indicate any challenges or barriers that they may have in meeting their goals, as well as any programs that they may be accessing at the time. Here's also where you can go ahead and indicate any assessments that they may have completed before getting to working with you. You'll also see some tables at the bottom here, and this is where once you've saved your participant information and entered other information about the different services you provided to them, this is where they'll actually pull in. So if you ever go back and look up that participant and want to know any of the individual services, group services, employment, or training information about them, it'll all be right there, kind of a one-stop shop. So after you've gone through and indicated as much as possible about your participant, you can click Save and Close up in this right-hand corner. Or if you're entering multiple new participants in at one time and you're certain that they aren't already in the system, we always want to do that double check, you can click Save and New. But for now, we'll just click Save and Close. And that's how you go ahead and enter in participants into QuickBase.